bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah. It's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, baseball, more baseball. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong. It started off well and then lost my. I had 4 plays yesterday. Won my first one, lost my last 3. It is what it is. We're not going to win every single day. Mets Pirates first 5 under 4.5 minus 120 winner. But then Nationals money line, they lose 6-0. Rockies money line, they lose 6-0. So I had 2 teams that scored a whopping 0 runs. That was fun.
Nice.
And then the Angels, they took a lead for a second there, but then they ended up losing 9-4. So it is what it is. 1-3 down 2.08 units. That's one thing to keep your juice down. And losing days won't hurt you as much. So 1-3 yesterday. I'm still up, I think, 37 units on the year. We'll get into that, or we'll be able to see what that exact number is when we get into the baseball card. But yeah, not a good day yesterday.
No, it was not. Oh, I forgot to track my bets yesterday on BetStamp. But I know it was 0-2. We had the Nationals and we had the Angels. So, I mean, it was a small day, so it wasn't crazy. Nationals were minus 106. Angels were plus 128. So end up being down 2.06. We move on to today. We'll probably have a little bit of a bigger card. Obviously a bigger card than yesterday, but not really going to complain about yesterday. It was just 2 plays.
No. All right, head over to the chat, and then we'll get into today, which we have some interesting matchups looking at the card for today.
Here you go. MLB did not go as planned yesterday. Lost 5 units. It is what it is. Hey, that's all you can do. It is what it is. And you move on, and we go on to today. Love having Cleveland minus 1.5 and team total over, and they scored 0 runs. Yeah,
there was a few shutouts today.
Thank God the Twins are good at baseball. Minus 1.5. The Sox actually trying to win that game. Yeah, they were. 4-1 on the small nerfy first 5 under. Mets. Twins, Braves live, Nationals get shut out, but was shocking. That was a little bit shocking, I will say. But let's go ahead and start. What?
Yeah, against Miles Michaelis.
Yeah, that was a little bit surprising. But we'll jump into this one and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Even after yesterday, not a good day, but hey, we're still on the site plus 30 units and me overall plus 37.08. So can't really complain too much when we're up still a decent amount on the year. Let's get into it, though. We have the Chicago Cubs. They're at the Baltimore Orioles in this one here. We have the Orioles as minus 155 home favorites with a total of 9 in this game. Yep, 9. Let's take a look at the line history here as we have Jamison Tyone versus Dean Kramer. Looking at the line history in this one, it opened up with the Orioles as minus 160 favorites. We're down to a 152 now. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 112. It's up to a 9 at even money. So expecting some runs in this game and maybe expecting Kramer to be a little vulnerable in this spot according to the market. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one here. Let's get it shifted over to today's games, not yesterday's. There we go. Where we have 88% of the tickets and 91% of cash is on these Baltimore Orioles. And then we have 58% of the tickets and 45% of cash on the over. So we actually have more tickets. Or we have, looks like sharp money on the under, but yet the line moving towards the over. 58% of the tickets is not that high for overs, though, because I've noticed overs get a lot of love. And it makes sense. Public loves betting overs. We have Dean Kramer and Shota Imagina. Nope, it's not Shota. It's Jamison Tyone. I don't know why they gave me Shota. when I typed in
I'd say not Showdown today.
No,
I think we get him versus Burns in like 2 days. Or tomorrow. Tomorrow it should be him and Burns.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I mean, Shota at this price does seem kind of interesting. I know not to you, but it kind of would to me because the Cubs feels like they only win Shota starts. And that's not what I needed to do. I needed to do it into this one because this one will adjust my actual spreadsheet. There we go. There we go. We have Dean Kramer and Jamison Tyone. Tyone's been good. A 2.25 ERA, 0.91 WHIP, 8.44 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 1.13 walks per nine, a 241 BABIP, a 3.28 FIP, and a 3.484 SIERA. On the flip side, Dean Kramer has pitched, I think, one start. So that's why his numbers are as good as they are, because I think he went one game and he looked good in it. Let me get up his.
He threw a shutout. Yes.
He pitched
no
well.
runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, and a 4-1 win over Seattle.
Yeah. My ultimate question for you, Tim, ready, is who would you rate higher? The Cubs offense, the Mariners offense?
Cubs, not even close.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking as well. I could see where the regression would come in for Dean Kramer. And you're playing a better lineup in the Cubs. Not that the Cubs are any good. Bullpens are
because both offenses suck.
Yeah. Jamison Tyone does project for a little negative regression, so I understand that. And I could see Dean Kramer not coming out here throwing a shutout like he did last start. I kind of like the over a little bit in this game. The Orioles 117 WRC plus, which is 13th against. Those are their numbers against lefties because I originally had Shota pitching. Against righties, the Baltimore Orioles are because I have to switch that because go against righties 139 WRC plus, which is number 2 in baseball, only behind the Minnesota Twins. At the last 30 days. So they're hitting pretty well. I'm kind of leaning over the total in this game if I had to bet anything in this spot. I want to spend a little bit more time with this, seeing that I originally had it planned for Shota. But it is, I think, over nothing for me if I'm betting the game. But I'm going to take a wild guess, Tim. You're on the Baltimore Orioles.
Day number 91. I mean, it's every day. And it'll be for the playoffs, too. I'm not going to stop. It's not going to just stop at 162. Orioles money lines minus 150 that I found, plus 135 for the run line. So far this year, money line is 57 and 33, up 12.35. Run line is 47 and 43, up 22.3. So run line is still more profitable by 10 units. The Orioles have only had 10 times that they won and did not cover the run line. So 47 times they have covered the run line. So I look at that. I'm going to keep betting this team every single day. I said in the beginning of the year, and I'm going to keep going with it now.
Hey, commitment. There you go.
Yeah. Day games went under. Night games went over. That's correct. Cubs first 5 money line. What's up, Twins? Let's get this money. Let's do it, Koji. Cubs team total over. I mean, I'm always on the Baltimore train, so I can't really have a bias. I'm biased towards it, I guess.
All right, let's get into the matchup. I know I'm going to get on the board with this one here. Just the question is what the price is going to be. This line opened up at 140. It's down to a 136. So we've had a slight move towards the Dodgers. Line opened up at an 8.5 at minus 112. It's down a 9 at minus 108. So expecting some offense here in this game between Bobby Miller and Zach Wheeler in this game here. It's weird seeing the Dodgers as this big of dogs. 21% of the tickets, 65% of the cash is on them. Line moving slightly towards them. 90% of the tickets and 82% of the cash on the over in this one explains the line move towards the over in this spot. We have Bobby Miller taking on Zach Wheeler. I don't think he's pitched much. Let or if he has, he's been bad. He has pitched 3 times in the last 30 days, and he's not been particularly good. He went 6 1/3 again in Colorado. Granted, that was in Colorado. Gave up 5 earned runs on 6 hits, 3 walks. He's pitched 3 times. Hit the blow-up start, not the blow-up start, but he gave up 3 earned runs on 4 hits, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout in 2 innings against the White Sox. And 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 5 innings pitched against Arizona. So he's not looked the greatest, Miller. On the flip side, we have Zach Wheeler, 4.06 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, 8.13 strikeouts per 9, which is 22%, 2.03 walks per 9, a 2.62 BABIP, a 4.09 FIP, and a 3.82 SIERA. Bullpen edge does go towards the Dodgers, hitting edge slightly towards the Dodgers as well. 123 WRC plus, which is 5th, compared to 112, which is 11th. The Phillies are still hitting, and they're still hitting without Schwarber and Harper in the lineup. I was wrong about them there. I will be on the Phillies the next few days just because I paid the Dodgers, and I'm going to shop around for the best number. I'm hoping to find 135. Yes, I will find a 135 over on BetMGM. BetMGM minus 135 Philadelphia Phillies.
As much as you do your Dodger fade, and you can be like, oh, the Dodgers are plus money, you have to go after them today. The Phillies are the better team. So it makes sense why they're favorited. It makes sense why they're favorited this big. I know you didn't say that, but I know there's a lot of cases where you'll be like, oh, the Dodgers are plus money. I think they deserve to be plus money today. They're in Philadelphia, who's been a very good team. They're against Philadelphia's best pitcher, arguably. I think Wheeler's his best pitcher. But I kind of lean Dodgers here. I know – I don't know. I feel like it could be it's too easy kind of deal to go and grab the Dodgers at plus money, but I kind of like the Dodgers here, Nick. I do see some regression from the Phillies. And what was the big thing that you've mentioned with the Phillies? They never played anybody. They go and they play Atlanta. They lose 2 out of 3. Honestly, they get to go from Atlanta to the Dodgers. I think it could be a tricky series for them. I think the Dodgers take 2 out of 3, if not sweep. I think you're going to see some regression from the Phillies. So I want to go after the Dodgers today. That's my opinion on it. I know you're not a Dodger person, but I think the Dodgers win today.
Fair. Yeah. I still think this Dodgers, I don't know. I feel like this line should be more like minus 150.
I got that one. LA money line. I kind of like the Dodger money line. Tim biased with the O's? No way. It's only because I bet them every day. So I can't really have a fair opinion. I don't have a fair opinion on it because I just blindly bet them every day. Dodgers, yes. Ohtani home run plus 150 is crazy. It is. There's no value in that anymore. LA, baby. Yes, I like LA. Hi, my best buddy Earle's. Phils will have the best lineup in baseball when Harp and Schwarber come back. Stop the regression talk. They've also played the easiest strength of schedule in all of baseball to start the year. So statistically, they're going to get tougher matchups. But look what happens when they play tough teams. When they played Atlanta, they lost 2 out of 3. They played Baltimore, they lost 2 out of 3. They played Boston, who was playing good, lost 2 out of 3. They did. I will give them credit. They did sweep the first place Milwaukee Brewers. That was impressive to see. But even go back to the first week of the year, they played the Braves. They lost 2 out of 3. I just don't see the Phillies as they're obviously the best team in baseball right now. But when they play competition close to themselves, they kind of slow down a little bit. But we'll see. Hey, I have Phillies to win the division, so. If they win the division, I'm still happy because I got I get paid for it. So, Supness. Hey, Lex is back. Lex, how are you doing today? The Central Division is so bad. The NL Central, yes, it's Milwaukee and everybody else. But let's head to this one, Nick.
Talk about the Central Division. I mean, this is the better Central Division, though.
I know
the Cleveland Guardians and the Detroit Tigers. In this one here, Ben Lively, who's been a nice, pleasant surprise here for these Cleveland Guardians this year. He's pitched pretty well. against Kenta Maeda. This line opened up with the Guardians as minus 143 favorites. It acted down to a 136. So that was kind of surprising to see this line drop. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 115. It's now at 8.5 and minus 114. So a slight move towards the under there as well. We have, let's take a look at the cash flow. 90% of the tickets, or 70% of the tickets, 93% of the cash is on the Guardians. The line moving towards the Tigers, suggesting they're a live dog once again in this game. 81% of the tickets, 78% of the cash is on the over in this spot as well. The line moving slightly towards the under in this game. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, Kenta Maeda and Ben Lively. Ben Lively, 3.71 ERA, 1.16 whip, 6.75 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 2.36 walks per 9, a 2.63 BABIP, a 4.62 FIP, and a 4.05 TR. On the flip side, Kenta Maeda's looked terrible. 7.54 ERA, a 1.72 whip, 7.15 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 3.97 walks per 9, a 3.66 BABIP, a 4.61 FIP, and a 4.82 SIERA. Bullpen edge does go towards the Guardians, as well as the hitting edge, 118 WRC plus, which is 7th, compared to 89, which is 23rd. If the market was moving in my direction, in the Guardians' direction, this would be a Guardians play for me. That was the only thing that did not correlate for this play for the Guardians, because I was looking at the Guardians for a potentially free pick video last night, and then I saw the line moving towards Detroit, and I wanted to see the way the market moved, to see the market mature a little bit, and it's kept me off the Guardians. Now, could this keep me off a winner? Maybe, but I'm up 37 units this year following the market, and I will look to, and it'll keep me off this spot here. It's Guardians or nothing. I just don't like the way the line's moved.
I mean, yeah, for me, it is Guardians or nothing. They're coming off of getting shut out, which is definitely not ideal for them. I mean, last game was ugly for him. I will say Gavin is back. Good to see him. 5 1/3 innings yesterday of no-run baseball. But when your team can't put up any runs to help you out, that doesn't really bode well. Speaking of regression, I do see maybe a little bit of regression coming from the Guardians. Because I don't know about you, I don't believe that they're a team that's 23 games over 500. Or one of the best teams in baseball. I don't believe that the Guardians are that team.
They give me 2015 vibes.
Give you what?
Like they're the Guardians. They give me 2015 Royals vibes because their bullpen's one of the best in baseball. Their starting pitching is good enough, and they are pesky, put in play, high batting average type of lineup. So they're just a pain in the ass, and they steal a lot of bases. They give me vibes of the 2015 Royals.
It is a lean towards the Guardians, but I'm not interested.
Me neither.
Lost two Atlanta top hitters. Lost to Atlanta, 2 top hitters out. Turner is back, and they are getting reloaded. Hey, I have Philly to win the division, so I'm not going crazy. I need to hit a parlay so I can take an Earle vacation. Flights and yachts, parties, the good life. I got you. Cleveland run line team total over. I'm not going to talk you off of that today. Line looks like Tigers. Cleveland is minus 135 against Lenny's team. Detroit raised to 2. Detroit not to bat in the 9th. There you go.
That's possibly a sharp trap.
Official World Series pick, Philly, plus 500. Write it down. Have fun. If I'm taking World Series picks, I mean, I still have – crap, I got to find my World Series props. I know I have Baltimore at 20-1, but I gotta freaking find all of them. Bet it, Fernando. Cleveland has no pitching. Yeah, exactly. Cleveland is one of those teams that just feels like they're going to be a early exit in the playoffs because they don't have enough pitching. They have enough bullpen.
You know what the Cleveland Guardians are going to do, right? They're just going to be a walking mat for the Houston Astros to the ALCS.
I could see that.
The Twins were last year.
Correct. Oh, that's last year's. Trying to find my stuff, but Nick, that first 5 under Philly was money yesterday, and I didn't get it. That's rough.
Philly played yesterday?
No, they didn't.
You mean Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh was.
I remember betting first 5 under in Pittsburgh. I didn't bet any other first 5 unders. I leaned first 5 under in the Guardians game yesterday with Gavin, but I don't know. We'll keep it moving on. The New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays, minus 115 for the Yankees, total 8 in this game. Kind of an interesting line in this spot. We have Ryan Pepiot taking on Carlos Rodon. Line opened up at a 117 for the Yankees. It's down to a 114. Line opened up at an 8 at minus 113. It's now an 8 at minus 117. So slight move towards the over and a slight move towards the Rays in this game. Taking a look at the cash flow in this spot, where we have 82% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the over in this spot, 71% of the tickets, and 60% of the cash is on the Yankees, with the line moving towards Tampa in this game. We have, let me find the pitching matchup here, Carlos Rodon versus Ryan Pepiot. Rodon an 8.31 ERA, 1.69 whip, 10.04 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 2.77 walks per nine, a 3.87 BABIP, a 5.7 FIP, and a 3.83 SIERA. So maybe a little bit of positive regression from him, but I do expect the same from Ryan Pepiot. 5.40 ERA, 1.50 whip, 9.26 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 4.63 walks per nine, a 295 BABIP, a 5.56 FIP, and a 4.46 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards these Tampa Bay Rays, as well as the hitting edge, 123 WRC plus, which is 8th, compared to 113, which is 10th. The Tampa Bay Rays are hitting lefties pretty hard right now, and it does make me very interested in backing Tampa in this game. They are coming in off of a sweep against Texas. They're coming home now. And I'm very interested in Tampa Bay here. I feel like I've had a good read on the Yankees as of late because I backed the Reds the last game of the Yankee Red series, and then that Red Sox series went absolutely perfect for me. I took the Red Sox game 1, I took the Yankee run line game 2, I took the Red Sox Sunday Night Baseball, and I won all of them. I won 4 straight Yankee bets. You know what I'm going to do, Tim? I'm going to put my streak on the line here for a 5th straight win in a Yankee game. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays at plus 105 on Fanatics.
I would love to join you, but I'm not going to trust the Rays right now. I'm just not. This is a team that just got swept by a bad Rangers team, and yes, I'm calling them a bad Rangers team. I don't care. But am I trusting the Yankees laying a number on the road when they've lost 5 out of their last 6 and 16 out of their last 21 or 16 out of their last 22 and playing really, really rough right now? No. And we kind of expected a little bit of regression from the Yankees because they were not going to keep at that. They were not going to stay at that 700 win pace or 700% win pace, 70%. But this is rough for the Yankees. The only people doing anything in their lineup are a Judge and not even Soto right now. Soto's been bad. It's been Judge and Rice, and that's about it. And you can't win with 2 players hitting. So am I going after this game? No. Could I see an over in this game? Maybe.
Yeah.
Pepiot, I want to trust Pepiot, but the Rays have lost 4 out of his last 5 starts. Although he's been decent. I don't know. This just seems like another stay away spot. I got some plays today, but I'm not going crazy with this one. And by the way, I'm going to pull back up this one for World Series picks. He's betting plus 500s. What do I have bet for this year? Orioles 20-1, Mariners 28-1. If they get some bats at the deadline, we could talk again. Diamondbacks 33-1, which probably not going to get.
Not bad.
My personal favorite one right now, Nick. Brewers 50-1.
See, I think the Brewers are similar to the Guardians.
They could
where I don't see them doing anything in the playoffs.
Well, the fact that they're as far as they are in the division, and I got 50-1 on them when a lot of people were saying this team could be a last place team.
They could be sellers at the deadline.
Exactly. Anyways, we'll go back to the chat. Yo, Mr. Detroit Lenny in the house. Lenny, your Tigers suck. Are y'all touching Euro or Copa?
No. I'm riding out futures that I bet just so I can semi-care. I got Uruguay at 3-1. I got Spain at plus 425. Both of them are in the semis. Spain plays France today. Spain or nothing. France has not looked particularly great in this tournament. They've gotten by their defense. They have not scored many goals. I look for it to be maybe be an under in this game between Spain and France because Spain's not given up much either. They've been one of the best looking sides in the tournament so far. So I'm looking at Spain, and I would look towards Uruguay. I got both those two teams.
Nick, is that you? Anyways, Rays. The Yankees, the Braves, and Dodgers are fade teams. I don't blame you on that one.
Fair.
Both teams 1-5, 1-4 last 5. My bad. One of these games went under. It was the Pittsburgh game. You're good. As the Yankee leader, so full of yourself. Rodon sucks. Tampa is the house of horrors for the Yanks. Rays win the series. I hope you win that bet.
One question with that last comment there. How do you call yourself the Yankee leader if you also, I'm seeing you on Twitter saying my fighting Phils, my Braves, my this, my that, my this, my other teams?
My biggest question, Nick, he calls himself the Yankee leader. He's got more tweets about the Mets than he does the Yankees.
Oh, of course he does. Because Yankee fans are obsessed with the Mets.
Yep. Rays at home. Rays don't steal signs.
The Rays have actually been better on the road this year than they have at home.
There you go. Juan Soto, Judge. No, I disagree with that one fully.
Oh, no. Judge is my
full-on favorite to win the MVP. Unless he gets hurt. That's the only chance he doesn't have at winning the division, which if you're betting anybody else, you're kind of banking that he gets hurt. But even if he gets hurt right now, I think his numbers are good enough to even put up a fight for the MVP.
I could see it, yeah.
Rays first 5, the over. I can see the over. Be careful with Copa America. They have Argentina as reps.
Yeah, they play Canada, though, next. So
I'm on Canada today against Argentina. Canada is not a real country. Wow, Nick knows football. No, it's soccer.
I've been listening to people break it down a little bit. Just, I mean, it is what it is.
Nick,
we'll move on.
Nick, it's Lodolo Day.
Lodolo. Yeah, the Reds are minus 160 favorites with a total of 8.5. This line opened up at a 158, and there has been a pitching change to Lodolo. I don't know who it was originally because I don't know if I have Lodolo on my spreadsheet. Do I? It was supposed to be Frankie Montas, and they switched to Lodolo. Right. Give me 2 minutes, Tim. I'm getting a phone call I have to answer.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I was looking at this one. I'm leaning towards the Reds. I mean, I'm a big Lodolo backer, so I got that in my pocket. But I'm high on Lodolo. I think he's a solid enough pitcher to get the job done for me. On the flip side, Cal Quantrill is going to probably be the reason I'll still probably go after him. I don't trust the Rockies are horrible on the road. Cal Quantrill's been good, though, this year. A 3.77 ERA for a pitcher that pitches in Coors Field a lot. It's pretty good. But I want to go towards the Reds here. Reds, although they just got swept by the Tigers, they did win 6-0 yesterday against Colorado. I think this could be a good kind of like bounce back series for them. Get themselves back into the wild card race per se. Even though I don't think the Reds are a good team, the Rockies are just that bad, where I think you can get a good, solid performance from the Reds in this one. So I'm going to be going after the Reds. I'll take the run line here. I think it's a good spot for that. So sign me up for a little bit of Cincinnati action in this one. While we wait for Nick to get back, we'll go back to the chat and stuff. Rockies, run line. No, thank you. The Pope of New York, Mike Francesa, is saying Yanks should go after Jeff McFeeble. Oh, McNeil. Dude, your spelling's awful. Yanks Mets trade. Honestly, I could see the Mets trading McNeil. I can. I could see the Mets trading a couple of pieces and then bringing pieces up, but Mets are also going to be buyers at the deadline. So I don't really see the Mets needing to go and try to get rid of players per se. Gleyber Torres sucks. Put McNeil, you still can't spell, at second base. Give the Mets some relief pitching. I would take some relief pitching for sure. For sure. Nick, Rockies and Reds, if you want to continue your breakdown.
Yeah, the line opened up at a 158. It was a pitching change, so it went from 158 up to 166. Since then, it's not moved. Line opened up at a 9, went up to an 8.5, down to an 8.5, back to a 9, back to an 8.5. So it's gone back and forth. There's been buyback every single time it's hit a 9. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have 95% of the tickets, 92% of the cash is on the over in this game. The line moving towards the under. 91% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the Cincinnati Reds. Let me switch my spreadsheet from Frankie Montas to Nick Lodolo. There we go. Where Cal Quantrill versus Nick Lodolo. Quantrill, 3.62 ERA, 1.39 whip, 6.68 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%. 3.62 walks per nine, a 292 BABIP, but 4.86 FIP, and a 4.71 SIERA. On the flip side, Lodolo, 2.66 ERA, 1.23 whip, 9.13 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%. 3.42 walks per nine, a 270 BABIP, but 4.43 FIP, and a 3.95 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Colorado Rockies, which is kind of surprising. But they have a better FIP and SIERA. And the slight hitting edge goes towards these Rockies as well. But let me switch that because I had Montas, who is a righty, and now we're switching to Lodolo, who is a lefty. So I'd like to see what the Rockies' numbers are against lefties real quick before I left-handed pitching update. Keys against lefties, if this will load, that'd be cool. There we go. Our 23rd 84 WRC plus. So they're right around the same as they are against righties. This is a tricky game. I'm not laying $1.60 with the Reds. I'll promise you that one. And I don't like fading Cal Quantrill, even though Cal Quantrill, I kind of prefer Cal, who sounds weird. I prefer him at home rather than on the road because it looks like just knows how to pitch in Coors Field. He's an out-getter. He'll get a lot of soft contact, which is helpful in a ballpark like Great American back in Cincinnati as well. I lean Rockies if I had to bet anything in this game, but we'll see.
I took the Reds run line, so we'll get a play on the side eventually. I spelled McFeeble on purpose. Earle, get a clue. You still can't spell McNeil right. Like, geez. Reds run line, yes. First 5 over. I can see a first 5 over here. De La Cruz over a stolen base. Why not? Reds 5-3 Reds plus 700. You're going exact score. Go for it. Good day. I hardly ever get to see one of y'all's live shows. Good luck. Say, hey, Captain Bry. Welcome to the chat, dude. We appreciate you stopping by. All right, Nick. Let's head to this one, Nick. Mets start a homestand.
Yeah, after splitting a road series 4-4, I mean, that's not terrible considering you're on the road. Let's get into it here. Jake Irving versus Jose Quintana. We just saw Jake Irving. He shut down the Mets on 4th of July. Line opened up at a 138. Immediately went down to a 128. It's back up to 130. So it's been a move towards the Cincinnati Reds to Washington Nationals. Line opened up at an 8 and minus 110. It's now an 8.5 or minus 8 minus 115. It's now an 8.5 and minus 104. So we have to move towards the over here as well. 94% tickets, 93% of the cash is on the over. Line moving towards the over. 80% of tickets, 92% of the cash is on the Mets in this game with the line moving against them, which suggests to me that we see Jose Quintana a little vulnerable here. Jake Irvin, 1.70 ERA, 0.95 whip, 8.27 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 2.92 walks per nine, a 2.11 BABIP, but 3.7 FIP, and a 3.89 SIERA. On the flip side, Quintana, a 2 ERA the last 30 days, 1.22 whip, 7.67 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 3.67 walks per nine, a 270 BABIP, but 3.97 FIP, and a 4.42 SIERA. Bullpens are about equal. I think the Mets bullpen's numbers will be getting better with a full bullpen now. And the hitting edge does go towards the Mets, 125 WRC plus, which is 4th against righties, compared to 97, which is 21st against lefties for the Nationals. I do think Jose Quintana is bound for some negative regression here. And so is Jake Irving. Also, when you just saw a lineup 5 days ago and went 8 innings against him and shut him down, my initial thought is you get lit up in your next start against them. So I'm going to challenge Jake Irving to do it again. And I get it. It's kind of public, but the line's gone up a half a run. So it kind of makes me feel a little bit more okay with this here. Give me the over. The over in this game, over 8.5. Psych, I'm getting a minus 120 for an over 8 over on BetMGM. I'm going to take the over 8 in this game. So over 8 BetMGM minus 120 is where I'm going to go. I'm going to see if that line is still available because sometimes BetMGM lines are stale. So give me 2 seconds. I will go ahead and see if that line is still available. And if it is, I'm going to bet it.
I'm taking the Mets today. And it's kind of just the points you mentioned. We just saw Irvin go 8 innings against the Mets in a career game. He has never pitched that good in a game before. It's the first time he's gone at least 8 innings. And I think the Mets now back at home. Keep in mind, they were on the road. They played 8 games in 8 days on the road, which is not easy. And they went 4-4.
No.
Now they're back at home. I think it's a good spot for them to kind of have a nice bounce back spot here against Irvin, who shut him down. You like the over? Would you be going after a Mets team total over? Because I want to just go Mets run line. I can get it at plus 157.
I could see the arguments for a Mets team total over. I would look more towards Mets team total over than I would money line or spread, personally. Because I could see this game as a game that the Nationals are alive in because the Mets are coming back from a road trip. So it's not the greatest spot for them. So that's kind of one thing that does worry me. But Mets and Nationals over 8 minus 120. And if I'm looking at the Mets here, they're a minus 130. There's no need to lay a run line, especially at home. Maybe a minus 1 line's fine, but and maybe that kind of contradicts what I bet because the over suggests maybe some more variance in this game. But I could see this game being one of those extra inning games. I see this game 4-4 at some point because I see Quintana getting hit as well.
Yeah, Mets. I could do Mets minus 130.
And the over?
We could run both.
Okay.
All right, I'll go ahead and load both of those up.
What are you getting for a total? Because I got 8 minus 120 on BetMGM.
I don't know at the moment. I was putting up the Mets first.
Okay.
It's probably an 8.5. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Let's take a look here. Can't wait to hear Astros / Fish pick. We are all waiting in suspense. You should know what it is. Mets minus 1.5. They own the Nationals. They played well against them. The last 2 games were very concerning, but I mean, it was the end of a road trip, so they have played decently.
8.5 even money.
That's not bad. First 5 under 4.5. I'm on the over there. Can we get a cash cow? I'm waiting. I don't know if we have a cash cow on today's slate. We'll see. The Mets cannot hit righties. Mets team total under 4.5. Yeah, number 4 in baseball at the 128 WRC plus. They totally can't hit righties. Not at all. Not one bit. Book it. If you dudes are wrong, Mets will be flats. That's why that's why I was kind of worried about the side a little bit. That's why I like the over better. Jake Irving needs to move to Baltimore. Nats are a dumpster. Jake over K's. Mets team total under 2.5 first 5. Jake over outs recorded. When the Mets beat the Nats, they beat them like 9 runs a game. Yeah, I see them putting up runs in this game. Just a heads up, over 8.5 last night was minus 110. Now it's even money. What book? I was able to get 8 at minus 120 over on BetMGM. So, and Nats money line as well. So a lot of Nats love in the chat. What could potentially go wrong there? We'll head to a play that I gave out last night. The Boston Red Sox and the Oakland Athletics. The Red Sox minus 180 favorites. Total of 9 in this game. 10. It's a total of 10 in this game. My bad. I'm running split screen and my stream here gets covered. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here as I click on the wrong one. Love to see it. Line's moving my direction. Line opened up 175. It's now 201 for the Boston Red Sox. Somebody asked for a cash cow. There, we might have one right here. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 112. It's on at a 10 at minus 115. Does have me interested in a little bit of an over in this game as well. We have 57% of tickets and 74% of the cash is on the over. Sharp over. Line moving towards the over. I might triple down on this game. 92% of tickets, 92% of the cash is on the Red Sox in this game with the line moving towards them here in this spot. And I don't bet 4 things on it. I think I've bet 4 plays on one game once this year. This might be a spot for 4 different spots in this game. I've already laid the run line with the Red Sox. But I'm kind of interested in a couple other spots. Let's get into it, though. One thing I have to worry about is trusting Brian Bayo, which all of these would be just a bunch of overs in this game. So Brian Bayo can get let up a little bit here versus Joey Estes. Estes, 4.13 ERA, 1.27 whip, 5.72 strikeouts per 9, which is 15%, 2.22 walks per 9, a 276 BABIP, a 5.13 FIP, and a 5.11 Sierra. On the flip side, Brian Bayo, 7.03 ERA, 1.89 whip the last 30 days. He's not looked great at all. 8.14 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 4.44 walks per 9, a 4.03 BABIP, a 4.8 FIP, and a 4.56 Sierra. The hitting edge, the bullpen edge does go to Oakland a little bit here, but the hitting edge where I'm trying to target here for the Red Sox, 112 WRC plus 100, which is 12 compared to 91, which is 22nd. So I want a full 9 innings of Red Sox bats in this game here. And the way I'm looking at this game, I've already laid the run line with the Red Sox in this game. The markets are telling me this game is going to soar over the total. It's a sharp over spot. So these are the spots that I will take a first 5 in a full game over. And I'm looking at the Red Sox team total over as well, which is 5.5 minus 120 on Caesars. I'm going to shop around, see if I can find the best available number. But we will start with the first 5 over 5.5 minus 105 on Fanatics. And then we'll take the full game over 10 minus 110 also on Fanatics. And then I'm probably going to get the team total over on Fanatics as well. I'm going to have 4 plays on this game. This game correlates really well for me. Also, the one thing where I like the Red Sox run line the most in this spot is what did we just see from Joey Estes, Tim?
Like the best game of his career?
Yeah, a career performance, a Maddox. He threw a Maddox. A complete game shutout, 4 hits, 4 walks, or 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Like, he was phenomenal in that game. So I'm going to have a few plays on this game. I'm going to go ahead and bet these real quick, and then I will get to the actual. Wow, they are not giving me the 5.5 here, are they? That's annoying. They're not giving me the 5.5 here on Fanatics, and the full game went to 10 at minus 115. So I'm going to shop around, try to find the best available numbers. I'm taking overs in this game. First 5 full game, Red Sox team total.
Yeah, I'm on the Red Sox. Did you say cash cow?
Yeah, looks like a cash cow as well.
There you go. And I like this Red Sox team. This is a Red Sox team that's been making me a bunch of money. They've won 6 out of their last 7 games, so they've looked really solid over the last little while. And with a win today, the Boston Red Sox would be 10 games over 500. I know a lot of people did not expect that one in the beginning of the year, but I like this team. I said they had a lot of young talent. I like Bayo, and they've had a bunch of pieces that stepped up, and I'm going to keep riding this Red Sox team. I grabbed the run line, plus 104 in this one. Let's keep. I'm keep riding the Red Sox. I think this Red Sox team. I want to take a shot with them for futures, to be honest. Because
they don't know whether or not they're buying or selling.
I want to bank on them buying at the deadline, and I want to take a shot with them to win the AL and the World Series type of like futures. Because I know you want to go into the playoffs with Houston and Baltimore. I want to go in with Boston and Baltimore. So I'm probably going to end up jumping on something in that nature. I also have Seattle, but I'm not really as hung up on that one because they're not going to end up making the playoffs. I'm gonna jump on the Red Sox, and I'm gonna go try to find Red Sox futures.
Fair. All right, so here's how I'm approaching this game. A little juicy on that team total, but I went to ESPN Bet for it. Let's get into the things I just bet for this game because I have 4 spots on this game, and I don't do this very often, but a lot of things correlated for me to go ahead and do this. I got the Red Sox run line last night at plus 105. So that was the first play there for Boston. I'm on the first 5 over 5.5 minus 110 on ESPN Bet. I'm on the full game over 10 at minus 115 on Fanatics, and the team total over 5.5 minus 130 for the Red Sox on ESPN Bet. I'm very invested in the Red Sox putting up runs tonight.
I got you. You want to go to the chat real quick? I'm gonna. Here we go. Red Sox World Series 50-1. Red Sox to win the American League 22-1.
Are you gonna bet those?
Yep. I'm gonna go put those in.
All right. Let's get into the line history here. Look here.
What?
Let's see. No, I was trying to find the chat. Everyone against me. Nats run line. Nats race to 2. No, everybody's with you. A lot of people in the chat love the Nationals today. So no, not everybody's against you there, bud. Lex, Mets won't hit Irving. They have 1 decent lefty. I'm with you, Lex. Red Sox minus 1.5. Red Sox team total over. Yeah. Rafi Devers over 2.5 bases minus 120 and sprinkle the home run plus 215. It's not the best odds. Yeah. Even though the Earles are stubborn, I like the I hit the like. How come nobody else has? I don't know. I have no control over who does or who does not. We do appreciate everybody watching, because that still does help the algorithms. Just having viewers. But yeah, even the dislike buttons work just as fine too. Finally have to move on the Red Sox. There you go. No interest. Looks priced appropriate here. Fair. Red Sox had a party. They beat the Yankees. A's minus 1 plus 120. They won 2 out of 3 in that series. It's not like they swept. If they swept, I would be a little bit more hesitant. There's 5.5 on FanDuel. Yeah, there was 5.5 on a bunch of different books. I was just looking at Fanatics, and they did not have it available. They had 6.5. They had 4.5. Partying as a team actually makes you better. I know from experience. There you go. Calm down, Cowboy. Tim on the Red Sox.
I just want to take a shot with them.
We've seen wildcard teams have some good success in the playoffs. So Devers, no run, minus 275 bucket. Wow, minus 275. That's bold. Morning, Tim. Morning, Nick. We still have no power in Houston. That sucks. I saw Higgs is unable to do his show because of power issues. We'll move to the Battle of Missouri here. The St. Louis Cardinals and the Kansas City Royals pick them in this game with a total 8 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where we have, let's see. Let me get this line there. Michael Wacha and Andre Palante. Line open up at a 116. It's down to a 112. Line open up at an 8.5 at minus 105. It's now an 8.5 at plus 105. So we have a move towards the under, and we have a move towards these Kansas City Royals. Taking a look at the cash flow in this spot here, where we have 97% of tickets, 94% of the cash is on the over in this game. 79% of tickets and 92% of the cash is on the Cardinals. The line moving towards the Royals in that one. They're kind of interesting line movement with Michael Wacha and Andre Palante. Wacha, 1.64 ERA, a 1.10 whip, 10.47 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%, 3.31 walks per 9, a 250 BABIP, a 3.71 FIP, and a 3.45 SIERA. On the flip side, Palante, who's looked decent. He's not going to go decently far into games, but 2.42 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, 8.65 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%. 2.77 walks per nine, a 3.13 BABIP, but 3.27 FIP, and a 3.34 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the Kansas City Royals, but the hitting edge goes towards the Cardinals, 110 WRC plus, which is 13th against righties compared to 88, which is 24th. I lean Royals in this game. If I had to back anything in this spot, the markets are kind of pointing towards the Royals in this game. Is it something I'm gung-ho on getting interested in? No, it's just a pass for me.
Sorry. I mean, you know where I probably end up going in this game. I really do like Kansas City, and who would have a little bit more experience at pitching in St. Louis than a guy that spent 7 years of his career there. Michael Wacha back in St. Louis, which is interesting to see. I mean, I want to go after this Kansas City team, although they've been kind of a little bit lackluster lately, and I believe they're no longer in a playoff spot, which kind of sucks because I do have them a ticket for them to make playoffs, which they are now sitting a game and a half back of the Red Sox. So I want to see Minnesota start to lose. But anyways, I like the Royals here with Walk on the mound. I do expect some regression from the Cardinals. Cardinals are coming off of winning 3 out of 4 against Washington. This was their first home game back. But I do kind of lean Kansas City in this one. Is it enough for me to get to it? No, probably not. But it is a lean towards the Royals for me.
Fair, yeah. Not a game that interests me.
Back to the Chatnik?
Yeah.
Or do we leave off, I should ask?
We left off with there. Terry in the chat.
Terry's on Devers' home run. It turns out, Terry, Devers is the dad of the Yankees. So Terry, sorry, let down after Yankees home run. No. It's up Lex, no power, no cell calls, cannot charge phone. That's rough.
Thanks.
I'm working so I can see Earle's mouth moving, but no idea what they're saying. We were just talking shit about. Hit the like button, or Tim will punch you in your sleep. How did you know? Terry, Earles are saying the Mets suck and the Yankees rule. No, we are not. Not even close. Sure. I'm sure Nick is also saying go Penguins, and Tim is saying Sabres suck as well. Oh, yeah. Wow. Terry's really good at lip reading. Yeah, fantastic job there, dude. Somehow the shit cards are winning. I'm surprised.
I think the Cardinals are better than people think. But yeah,
they are kind of they're not a terrible team, but I expected them to be last place, and they're 6 games over 500. So I'm an idiot.
Well, let's keep it going though. We have the Minnesota Twins and the Chicago White Sox. The Twins minus 155 road favorites in this game. Total of 8 in this game. Line opened up at a 158. It's down to a 152. So we do have a move towards the Chicago White Sox. Line opened up 8.5 at minus 104. It's now 8 and minus 110. So we have a move towards the under, and we have a move towards the White Sox in this game with 81% of the tickets, 89% of the cash on the Twins, and the line moving towards the White Sox, inviting some Twins money. 97% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the over in this game as well. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here between Eric Fedde and Bailey Ober. Ober's been pretty good as of late. 2.53 ERA, 1.03 WHIP, 11.25 strikeouts per nine, which is 32%, 1.97 walks per nine, a 301 BABIP, a 294 FIP, and a 2.75 SIERA. Eric Fedde, 2.81 ERA, 1 WHIP, 5.91 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 1.69 walks per nine, a 240 BABIP, a 3.63 FIP, and a 4.37 SIERA. Bullpen edge is a toss-up, slight edge towards the Twins, and the hitting edge goes towards the Twins, 139 WRC plus, which is number 1 in baseball, compared to 82, which is 28th. My X's and O's say the Minnesota Twins should blow them out, but the markets are kind of pointing the other way. It's enough to keep me off of this spot. Not one I'm interested in getting involved with. The Minnesota Twins do not look like a lot of fun to pitch against right now. It's a no play for me.
I just want to jump right back on the Twins run line. As much as I would like to see them lose for my futures, this is not a team that's losing games. And you're going up against the worst team in baseball right now. Worst team in the AL. I'm still going to call the Marlins the worst team in baseball. I think that's fair to say. But when it comes to it, Eric Fedde is going to be the reason why I'll probably end up staying off this game, because Eric Fedde is pitching himself out of Chicago. Good for him. But yeah, I agree with you. Pitching to the Twins does not look fun right now. But it's a lean towards the Twins. Maybe if you can go, you know what? We mentioned the cash cow with Boston. Normally you parlay the cash cow with somebody. Why not Boston and Minnesota?
Yeah, I could see that.
You can see that's an interesting spot. To be honest, they know a lot about baseball. They give facts rather than a lucky guess on a play. We try. LOL, the facial expression I will have to rewatch and have a good show. I have to rewatch. Have a good show, guys. You too, Terry. Terry said Earle could learn some CFL from him. No. I'm hearing a smoke detector. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to take care of it eventually. No, I'm not going to change nope, not going to do it. Twins -1.5 already on your card. I'm not going to talk you off of it. But we got this game. Well, Nick's gone. But I'm pretty sure we all know where this game is going. We get the Miami Marlins taking on the Houston Astros. Astros are -195, total of 8. I get Trevor Rogers versus. It shows TBD for me. That's no fun. Does it give me them on here? I don't know the pitching matchup. That is fun. I don't have a pitcher for the Astros right now. I'm looking it up on a couple of different places, but it's a bunch of them are just showing TBD. Let's see, yeah, even MLB. I'm guessing it's going to be some type of bullpen game. That would be my best guess for the Astros. At the end of the day, for me and for Nick, it does not matter. This will be game number 91. 91 of fading the Marlins every single game. So I'm going to continue to fade the Marlins, and we're going to go ahead and back the Houston Astros today as the Astros continue to kill my Seattle futures for the American League West Division title. Fading the Marlins for the I guess Nick's gone. We'll go ahead and head back to the chat. The real trap has an A. Hold on, we're not that way. Stubbornness.
That's annoying.
By the way,
sorry,
Nick. I will say the way that 446 says that we're stubborn with betting. I'm surprised 446 hasn't told us to stop betting baseball. We're up 30 units this year. We might lose our profits. I'm surprised. I'm surprised we're not stubborn for continuing to bet baseball. Trapping these MLB boys picks. Trapping these MLB picks. Yes, Astros today. Nick, Astros Marlins.
Yeah, Astros run line. For this game, I don't have a pitcher either, but I knew that I was going to put that in just so we can give out the run line.
Yep.
Astros run line -105 for me. Let me take a look at the line history as well, because this is up in the price range of it, which this line opened up at a 208 down to a 195. Okay, so it's dropped, but no, Astros run line for me. I don't have a pitcher, but I knew we were going to bet it anyway.
Sounds good. Cash cow, not quite, but we bet against the Marlins every game. That's we got 4 games left, Nick.
Yep. Yeah. There we go. Just locked in the run line there over on Fanatics. All right, let's get into the next one here. The Texas Rangers -165 road favorites against the LA Angels. Total 8.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where it opened up with the Rangers as -160 favorites. They're actually up to a 169 now. Line opened up in an 8.5 at -115. It's now an 8.5 at even money. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Rangers, expecting Max Scherzer to pitch well here. Let's take a look at the cash flow from this game. 84% of tickets, 93% of the cash is on the Rangers, with the line moving towards them. And 98% of tickets, 98% of the cash on the over in this game, with the line moving down. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here, where we have Max Scherzer taking on Ronzi Contreras. Max Scherzer, 2.70 ERA, 0.84 whip, 5.94 strikeouts per 9, which is 18%, 1.62 walks per 9, a 196 BABIP, a 3.94 FIP, and a 4.75 SIERA. On the flip side, Ronzi Contreras, 3.95 ERA, 1.46 whip, 7.24 strikeouts per 9, which is 19%, 4.61 walks per 9, a 282 BABIP, a 4.99 FIP, and a 4.81 SIERA. Bullpen edge going towards the Angels. Hitting edge going towards the Angels, 104 WRC plus, which is 14th, compared to 87, which is 25th. I really don't have too much of an interest in this game. It's under or nothing for me, I think, in this spot. I've tried fading Max Scherzer, but I think he's determined to get out of Arlington with the way he's been pitching, raising his trade stock. I'll look for him to be on the market during this deadline, but I can only look under or nothing for this game. Is the way I would think.
The Rangers have already said that he's going to be on the trade block along with a couple of other big pitchers. And at this point, there could be a point this year, Nick, that 4 different teams are paying Max Scherzer. I find that. Actually, it wouldn't be because he wouldn't be getting anything from whoever he goes through. But right now, he's already getting paid by 3 different teams with the Nationals, the Rangers, and the Mets. Why not come back to New York if you're already getting paid by us? But anyways, no, he has been pitching solid. Rosie Contreras is not a guy I trust. He's also more of a bullpen piece, so you got to keep that one in mind. He's not going to go super far in this game. I want to lean towards the Angels, but this team, I can't trust them anymore. I didn't trust them to begin with. They had a nice little run where they won like 6 games in a row. We thought, maybe they might be good, right? Yeah. 6 games in a row, and then we realized it was against Oakland and Detroit, and it's like, oh well, never mind. That doesn't mean anything anymore. I'm gonna end up staying off of this one. Max Scherzer, he's going to pitch his way out of Texas. Where he's going to go? Would you be surprised if he somehow landed a spot in Philadelphia?
No.
Or Milwaukee?
Well, who needs a starting pitcher? Which contender
that
can pay?
Baltimore?
Tim, we're overthinking this too much, Tim. It's pretty simple. He's going to be a Dodger. He's a Dodger. He's a Dodger.
He's going to go back to the Dodgers?
Yeah, he's going to be a Dodger.
Yeah. Hey, Twins, Splash Bros. Let's get it, Steven. Good morning. O's, no bat, 9th inning, or run line greed. You know me. I'll always go run line and try to get some nice plus money. Texas Moneyline Parlay. Angels suck. They could be a parlay piece. No one is pitching for the Astros. Got to take the fish. At least have a pitcher listed. I don't really think it matters. So, Rangers -1.5 and Corey Seager over bases. Smoke detector from that smoking hot picks. No, it's because I live in the house, so it's got to constantly be going off. From what I saw last night, the Angels have no advantage over the Rangers. Watch the Angels win. See, those are the games that the Angels win, is the ones that nobody expects them to, which is hilarious. Yeah. I love Mad Max since he left the Mets and blasted them. Yeah, I mean, we paid a little bit for him, but Mad Max fleeced the Mets. No, when Luis Angel Acuna comes up and is going to be a stud, No, I'm not worried about losing 1 year of Max Scherzer when he pitches. Sorry, a half a year of Max Scherzer. He has been shoving. He's been good. Marlins team total over. I could see Marlins team total over. I'm not going to say that, although I just think Trevor Rogers gets lit up. I spit on Angels offense after the Athletic series. Smart. Dodgers. He could be a Dodger. Bet all Corey Seager props. He's hot as hell. Seager has been better as of late, so I could definitely see that. First 5 under. When I bet on a team, I expect them to do what the Braves did last night. What, win 5-4?
Yeah.
Top of the 9, 2 outs, Braves down by 2. Do you like the under in the Sparks game? I like the Lynx -4. That's what I'm on. How about 3 games left, Nick? And I'm going to say, even though I hate the Braves, this is the game of the day.
This is a hell of a pitching matchup, yes. Because we have the Atlanta Braves and the Arizona Diamondbacks here, where we have now it's Chris Sale versus Zach Gallen. This line opened up with the Diamondbacks as favorites. However, that immediately flipped last night when they announced that Bryce Edler was starting last night and they're pushing Sale to today. It reopened up at a -130 for the Atlanta Braves. It's now down to a 114. So we do a move towards the Arizona Diamondbacks in this game. Line opened up at an 8.5 at +105. It's now down to a 7.5 at +102. So we have a move towards the under here, and we have a move towards the Diamondbacks. 72% of tickets, 87% of the cash is on the Braves. 97% of the tickets, 91% of the cash on the over, and the line dropping, which does give me a little interest and maybe backing an under in this game. We have I have to switch that because it's Chris Sale. They originally had Charlie Morton starting today. And they bumped him back when they bumped Chris Sale back. This is Chris Sale's first start since getting picked to the All-Star game. Sale has been phenomenal this year. 1.97 ERA, 0.84 WHIP, 12.66 strikeouts per 9, which is 38%, 2.53 walks per 9, a 270 BABIP, but 1.69 FIP, and a 2.40 SIERA. On the flip side, Zach Gallen, a 2.7 ERA, 0.9 WHIP, 9.9 strikeouts per 9, which is 29%, 3.6 walks per 9, a 217 BABIP, a 2.16 FIP, and a 3.17 SIERA. Bullpen edge looks like goes towards the Diamondbacks a little bit here. And the hitting edge goes towards Arizona as well, 129 WRC plus, which is third compared to 87, which is 26th for the Braves. I do see a game where Zach Gallen shuts down this Braves offense, and this game goes under. I'm kind of interested in an under here. I'm going to take a look what this first 5 unders done, because I feel like this is an obvious under, though, a little too obvious. But Sale and Gallen. Let's see. It opened up at a 4 juice towards the under. It's -117 to the under. Now it's -125 to the under. So the line has moved towards the under here. I'm interested in this first 5 under in this game. And I think I want to move on it. Arizona, Atlanta, first 5 under, which I can get a 4. Let's see if I can get a 4.5 at a reasonable number. -175. No. -160. No. All right. So it looks like a 4 at -125 on ESPN bet. First 5 under, 4 -125 ESPN bet.
All right, we got something else on the site. I'm on the under. This is Chris Sale, who could realistically start the All-Star game for the National League. He has been, and we kind of expected this. We mentioned this in the beginning of the year, going, watch, he goes and he joins the Atlanta Braves, and all of a sudden he gets this crazy no injury bug, and he's awesome again. And 16 starts, 11-3 record, 2.7 ERA, 127 innings, 127 strikeouts in 100 innings. He's been nothing short of phenomenal in a season where the Braves needed an extra arm because of who do you call it going down, Strider going down. They needed an extra arm. They've gotten it with him, and I'm going after the under in this game. It would be a lean towards Atlanta. As much as I love Zach Gallen and have bet him a lot over the past couple of years, this one's going to be a lean towards Atlanta for me. But I'm going to be taking the under 7.5. I see both pitchers having a really, really solid game.
Fair. Yeah. And I kind of do lean Diamondbacks a little bit, but it's nothing crazy.
Under 4.5 first 5, yes. Braves money line, you can't come back from that if you're the Diamondbacks. You could. Thoughts on the Hawk Tua girl? I realize I think this is a sports show. I don't think this is a. I'm pretty sure you could probably find a lot of opinions on her on Twitter. So if you look there, I'm pretty sure you'll find a lot. First 5 under. I can see first 5 under. Max to record a win. Mad Max? I could see Mad Max getting a win today. Snakes have a brutal loss last night. Can't recover. I mean, I'm not going to touch that's why I said it's a lean towards the Braves for me. She's mid. Yeah, there you go. She's mid. Diamondbacks has pitchers. Their aces are decent. Dude, I will say the Diamondbacks have been disappointing this year. Nick, you've been semi-right about them. They've also been without their two top pitchers the entire year. Gallen finally back, and I don't know if they're going to get back Merrill Kelly for a while. So, yeah, they've been bad. You were kind of right about that, but this has also been a team that's not had the pieces that they've needed. So I still think if they get Merrill Kelly back, this team could be solid enough to make a run. So be careful with that.
Yeah, of course they can. We saw them last year. What do they have to do? Make it in.
Yeah, that's all they have to do is make it in. Max should go to the Braves. Absolutely not. No.
I can definitely see it.
D-backs first 5, money line, Braves full game. I'm just going to take the under. Fernando. Is it me or do the Diamondbacks play the Dodgers tough and have their number? They do. They do that. And I tend to see that the teams that play the Dodgers the toughest are the Diamondbacks and the Rockies.
The Padres.
And Padres. And you can say the entire division, but those two teams in specific, I always see giving them problems. Side note, do not bet Azuña for the Derby. He's fat, no stamina. I've watched him the last night. He loses breath. I was not going to bet Azuña anyway, although we'll see whether or not – I'm not going to make that joke. D-backs, Braves, clearly first 5 under 2 pitchers. 2 best pitchers, Braves offense, turn to poop. There you go. Do the Braves hit righties?
No. They hit lefties better.
There you go. 2 games left, Nick.
Yeah. Let's get into it here. There we go. Seattle Mariners and San Diego Padres. The Mariners minus 130 favorites, total 7.5 in this game. Taking a look at the line history in the spot where we have Adam Mazur and Logan Gilbert. Taking a look at the line history. Line opened up at a 140 down to a 129. So we do a move towards the San Diego Padres. Line opened up at a 7.5 minus 120. It's a 7.5 and minus 125. Take a look at the cash flow in this game where we have, 28% of the tickets and 74% of the cash coming in on the Padres in this game with the line moving towards San Diego. 99% of tickets, 99% of cash on the over in this game as well with the line moving, what was it? I think it moved towards the under. No, it's moved 5 cents towards the over. So we do a move towards the over here as well. Maybe suggesting Logan Gilbert's a little vulnerable in this game. Adam Mazur's been terrible. But he was kind of thrown into the fire, I believe.
He kind of was, yeah.
I have a 9.3 ERA the last 30 days. This is probably the easiest opponent he's faced. He gave 4 runs. 4 innings pitched against the Rangers, 4 runs against the Nationals in 5 innings, 3 earned runs. But they've won his last 3 starts, even though he's not pitched good, because the Padres can do something that the Mariners cannot. Hit the baseball. On the flip side, Logan Gilbert's been good, 2.38 ERA, 0.76 whip, 8.47 strikeouts per 9, which is 25%. 1.06 walks per 9, a 216 BABIP, but 286 FIP, and a 3.25 SIERA. Bullpen edge is a toss-up in this one here. I'll give the slight edge toward the Mariners. But the hitting edge, I want a full 9 innings of Padre bats. 120 WRC plus, which is 6th, compared to the Mariners 96, which is 20th. I see the Padres being able to put up 3 runs in this game, wins you the game if you're the Padres? 4 wins you the game if you're the Padres? and I'm getting plus money for them at home here. I get it. If you want to sacrifice the pitching edge, the Padres at plus 120, I think is a good bet. And I think I want to move on the San Diego Padres in this spot. I know you like the Mariners, but I just don't trust them as road favorites. And I don't trust them to cover. I don't trust them at all, like hitting wise, which makes them a very easy bet against for me. I know you like them, but this is a spot here where I'm going to take the Padres in this game at plus 120.
No, I've given up on them already. They have no offense. That's why you mentioned, hey, 4 runs wins this game. Well, I think it's a 2-1 type of game. I think this is a low scoring game. I want to take another under because you get Logan Gilbert, all-star Logan Gilbert, I should say, against the Padres, which it doesn't matter who the Padres throw out. Seattle has no hitting. So I like the under in this game. I can get under 8 at minus 107. If you're saying that 3-4 runs wins this game, then I think it's a 2-1, 3-1 type of game. No matter who wins, I'll be rooting for the Mariners because I know I have them futures to win the World Series and everything. But I think there's a low scoring game in this one, Nick.
Fair. I kind of see the Padres putting up some runs in this game. I would look towards a Padre team total. I get it. Logan Gilbert's been good, but I think they can get to him.
I don't know. Mariners forgot how to score. Give me the under. Yep, under. Mariners. I can't back the Mariners right now. I can't do it. Seattle's offense is worse than my pal Tim's reading these comments. Hey, that's not fair. I noticed totals that are 7.5 are hitting over this year. A lot of stuff is hitting over this year. So, Nerfy the Braves game. Yeah, Nerfy. I could see a Nerfy. Did Giants get Blake Snell for free, or did they get robbed? They're paying him way too much money. They didn't trade anything for him, but they're paying him a shit ton of money. Why bring up the hot? Yeah, exactly. There you go. We'll go to the last game, Nick, which has the Toronto Blue Jays in it. So I don't bet these games.
Yeah, let's take a look here, though. We have just an awesome pitching matchup here between Blake Snell, who feels like hasn't even started his season yet. He's been that bad. Against Yusei Kikuchi. Line opened up at a 120 for the Giants. It's now a 118. And line opened up at a 7.5 minus 115. It's down to a 7, just towards the over, but still a move towards the under here in this spot. We have 97% of tickets, 94% of the cash is on the over in this game. I'm surprised this line's dropped. It's expecting both these pitchers to pitch well. 85% of the tickets and 85% of the cash is on the Giants, and the line's moving towards the Blue Jays in this spot. Does pique my interest in a little Toronto action. Kikuchi's been terrible, 5.20 ERA, 1.45 whip, 10.73 strikeouts per nine, which is 27%, 2.93 walks per nine, a 3.33 BABIP, a 5.04 FIP, and a 3.47 SIERA. I'm assuming the bullpen edge is going to go towards the San Francisco Giants, as well as the hitting edge, 121 WRC plus, which is 10th, compared to 111, which is 15th. I don't understand why this total is this low, and it scares me. Because I lean over the total in this game, but the market is telling me no. This game, both these pitchers are going to pitch well, and this game is going to go under the total, which is going to keep me off this game. I lean Blue Jays or nothing if I'm betting the side in this game, but I'm not betting this game at all, so it's a pass.
Good. We'll end the card with a pass because I don't bet Blue Jay games, and although it would be a lean towards the Blue Jays because Blake Snell hasn't pitched since June 2nd, so over a month. And the last time he did pitch, it was against the Yankees. He didn't have that bad of a start. But I'm not trying to go after him. I'm not trying to bet Blue Jay games. So we'll end the card with a pass today.
Fair.
Any traders put on money sign F Ford 45 days until that was almost English. Fade my Jays, take the Giants first 5 in full game. You can see that. Laughing at it. Over 9.2 miles an hour wind going to the outfield. Isn't normally Giants Stadium really good for pitching anyways? Under.
No. It's a great pitcher's ballpark. The winds in one thing I've learned, if you look at weather, the winds in San Francisco mean absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I've noticed that because of the way that the stadium is. Any teasers for this game and get some sort of value? I don't know how you do teasers for baseball. If you figure out that, let me know. Under 4.5, first 5 ain't a bad look. This line looks easy for an over. Suspicious. I'm going to take the bait. Good luck to you. I just don't bet Blue Jay games, so that's it for that. That is all of the games for today, though. We've made it through the entire card. Before we head on out, we'll go ahead and pay the bills and then do a little bit of recap. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all the good stuff. Appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. We post on those every single day. I'm also mention this because we keep getting closer and then further and then closer and then further. We're close to 4,000 subscribers. We're sitting at 3989, so 11 away. So if we're able to get to that somewhat soon, I know we've been pushing that for a while now, but 11 away. So try to get there. And then a recap for today. Obviously, I'm taking the Orioles like I do every single day. I feel like I'm going to end up betting the Dodgers. I know I'm against you, Nick, but I think I'm going to end up betting the Dodgers today. I'm on the Reds already. We're on the Mets and the under. Red Sox as the cash cow.
Over. Mets in the over.
Mets. Did I put that in right? Mets over. Yes, sorry. Mets in the over. Mets in the over because we got unders in 2 other games. Never mind. Astros run line and under in the Braves game, under in the Mariners game. Nick?
Yeah. Philadelphia Phillies -135, BetMGM. Tampa Bay Rays +105, Fanatics. Boston Red Sox run line +105, ESPN Bet. Boston Red Sox team total over 5.5, -130, ESPN Bet. Boston Oakland first 5 over 5.5, -110, ESPN Bet. Full game over 10, -115, Fanatics. It's the most I've invested into a baseball game in a couple months. I just feel like everything correlated for me there. Washington, New York, over 8, -120, BetMGM. Houston Astros, -105, -1.5, -105, Fanatics. Atlanta, Arizona, first 5, under 4, -125, ESPN Bet. And San Diego Padres, +120, BetMGM to close out my night.
There you go. Which baseball park is the most beautiful? For ones I haven't been to, I really want to go to Pittsburgh. That one looks like the best one. In terms of ones I have been to, Baltimore. RIP to the bookies. Let's get it. Last 4 Kikuchi games, over and losses. Blake Snell over. Got to be an over. Can't get off of it. I don't blame you. I could easily see this game being an over. So, but I just don't. I refuse to bet Blue Jay games unless it's Orioles involved because I bet the Orioles every day, or the Marlins at the end of the year, or the one game that they got no hit on. But anyways, that is going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Oh, one more. Royals. I could see the Royals today. I like the Royals. That's going to do it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, guys.